Hello everyone, I'm Tusha Singh and I'm a legal researcher at Law Community. Today, Advocate Saloni Tuteja will be joining us. She is the Legal South Asian Director at Zimmer Biomet and she has also done her LLM from University of California. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hi, Tisha.
Hello, ma'am. Ma'am, what is that one thing that made you a successful lawyer and how was your journey at law school?
So I'm not sure if I'm a successful lawyer, but yes, I am a lawyer. I come from a non-legal background, and as many of us would be. And I always say it's not a corporate ladder; it's a corporate jungle. And the reason I say it's a jungle is because every day you have to take a decision. In first, starting from 12th, you decide which career to go for. Then you decide which law school to go for, whether you want to do PhD or you don't want to go do PhD, litigation, corporate, in-house. So every day you'll have multiple options and decide. So, going back to your first question rather, is how did I manage my law school? I had a lot of fun. I made decisions based on elimination process. So I come from IP University. So I did my internships with all throughout my 5 years, and tried to decide then that whether I like this A, whether I like B, whether I like this subject of law or not. That's how I wanted to eliminate options and perhaps be in a better position once I graduate. And yes, another thing which I followed, and I hope others, that's my tip, is don't be closed. While you may say, oh, corporate law is very glamorous, M&A is very mint money. That's not the case. You mint money everywhere you go if you are talented. So be open and also recognize your potentials. I may be a brilliant M&A lawyer, but maybe I may be a bad litigation lawyer. So try and identify. Don't chase any option. Rather, let the option chase you. So those are, I think I've broadened your question actually. So those are the certain things that I had in my head. And so yeah, and I think that helped me in my journey as a lawyer.
Ma'am, as you mentioned about your internships, so what should be the internship plan for a law student who's aiming to pursue his or her career in commercial litigation, or rather, how can a student walk in your footsteps?
So it's been some time since I graduated, so I don't know how strongly internship process and programs are run by law schools or by law firms. So pardon me if my information is not up to date. But at least how I did it is, like I said, 1 year I wanted to focus on litigation, 1 year I wanted to focus on corporate in a law firm. Someday I wanted to focus on in-house. But because law firms or legal fraternity was not as structured then as it is now. I know law schools are also very aggressively looking into internship opportunities for students. It was there. It was in a nascent or an infant stage. So yes, while we also tried and worked with law schools to get these programs in place, but your individual effort is primary important. Keep applying. It's all right. You'll get rejected. I also got rejected. It's all right. Don't be disappointed. Keep applying. Keep following up. Always remember that your hunger, or what I say, fire in your belly, is what takes you places. So I don't know if I answered your question, but that's the best way, or at least that's the way that worked for me in the past. However, if you have programs in place, or now I see there are a lot of WhatsApp groups which are for law students on internships, which are on job opportunities for lawyers. Join them, be active, be seen, be heard, do a lot of networking. Last thing which I also say is, it's easy to get in a firm as an intern, but it is very difficult to make your mark there. work hard. Don't think I'm just an intern. Oh, this is just my work doesn't count. Every work count, every effort counts, and people recognizes it. So work hard, take yourself seriously, so that other person takes you seriously as well. So yeah.
So, ma'am, how was your experience of LLM from the University of California, and how important is LLM for a student who wants to take a similar field as yours?
So University of California, Berkeley is amazing. I'm in love with my alma mater. Uh, so I'll take two. First is um, why you should do LLM. Second, when should you do it? Why should you do it is because it enhances your knowledge over and beyond your own jurisdiction. And we sometimes we lawyers do face that challenge that, oh, we are only expert in Indian law. While I don't believe in that belief, because a lot of our laws are influenced from American laws or EU, like privacy would be very heavily influenced by GDPR, our competition laws, our company laws. So I just don't think that I just find it very restrictive to say it. That's my personal opinion. Second is how LLM or why LLM is important is it gives you a flavor of other countries, other jurisdictions. Um, so that's why I think it's important, especially if you're doing commercial laws. I think US is a great place to be in, thicks and thins. We follow those or get influenced by those laws or those decisions. Um, so that's one case, and obviously it enhances your education. Another thing that is very important is, or rather two things that are very important is, a lot of people think, let me go to a university because it's more glamorous, it's more known. But don't make a decision on a university just because a university is well known to us. Go and research a lot. All universities are not the best in that field of law. For example, Berkeley is really known for IT and IP laws, information technology and intellectual property laws. It's world renowned for that. But there'll be some other university which will be renowned for constitutional law. So decide the university based on your interest. Third question or third limb would be when to do it. I see a lot of law students doing it immediately after graduation. It's an extremely personal decision. I did it after almost 12 years of being in practice. Um, I just think if you do it after, don't wait for me for like me for 12 years. I'm not saying, I'm not an advocating for that. Think when it is ripe and right for you. When you're more firm that, for the rest of my life, I want to practice this part of law, or I will be an in-house counsel for years to come, if not for your entire life, for another decade or so. Because based on your decision is what will decide which specialization you need to do, whether you want to do it from UK, whether you want to do it from EU, you want to do it from US. So those decisions, or APAC, Singapore, for example, National University of Singapore. So that background will help you decide which university and why and what subjects. So take your time. There is no hurry. It's a lot of money. I hope you get scholarship. I did. And take your time. Learn what is there in your Indian jurisdiction to expand your wings in other jurisdiction. And also, I think it helps you understand other jurisdiction well, because you have some context, you have some practical experience. At least that's what I felt. But different strokes for different folks.
Okay. So, ma'am, what all responsibilities you have as a director in Zimmer Biomet?
So as a director of legal, I take care of India and South Asia region. Um, broadly speaking, I am responsible for crisis management and risk analysis. That's how I define my role. Uh, Granularly speaking, any decision which has legal impact, which has transactional impact, which is related to, for example, I'm in life sciences industry, which directly impacts our customers, our patients. What kind of decisions we make today decides our reputation in future. So all these things I take care of, or I try to keep it in my head before I give a legal view to my business. Also, I say that we are strategic business partners. We are obviously not there to generate sales, but we facilitate sales. For example, if you don't have a contract, you cannot sell. If you don't have invoice TNC, it's difficult to sell a product. If you don't have complaint system, how will you manage your product liability matters? And so we look into both quantifiable and non-quantifiable risks. Um, these are some thoughts that go into my everyday decision. Going back, what do? I look into contracts, dispute resolution, legal opinions, managing internal stakeholders, managing external stakeholders like law firms, uh, external communications. For example, what we did for COVID, whether we can open office, we cannot open office. What are the risks? So every day you're working either with HR, with finance, with sales, with operations, and deciding on the way forward. So that's the kind of work we do. And also I take care right now interimly. I am also looking into compliance, which would be anti-corruption and anti-bribery piece of work. So which I'm sure everyone knows is a backbone of any organization.
Ma'am, it sounds really interesting. So, ma'am, what all challenges have you faced in initial days of your career?
Initial days of my career or in my current organization? Sorry.
Ma'am, it's totally your choice. Initial days of your career in your firm, however you feel like it.
So challenges as let me talk about what challenges I faced in my initial days, because maybe your primary audience would be students, so it would be
Yes, ma'am.
is not getting a job, not getting a pre-placement offer. I think that's something which causes a lot of anxiety on law students, or not getting the right internships, or saying, oh, my peer, my classmate got in the top tier law firm and I did. These kind of comparatives is what we battle on each day. And again, feel free to correct me. It's been years since I graduated. So, but what my parents taught me, and I believe in it till now, is what will keep you going is your passion, the fire in your belly. Never let that die, irrespective what stage of career you're in. And so keep trying. I remember I used to apply, like for example, my exams used to get over, at least back in those days, May, and June, July was 2 months for internship purposes. I don't know if it's the same way now also. And August 1st is when our law school would start. I would start applying in May to every law firm every second day, even if I got rejected. And there have been chances with the same law firm that I got rejected from, took me as an intern. And maybe because some position opened up or whatever it is. Another very interesting story is, and I'll tell you, is this was with my first job, Remfree and Sagar, that's an IPR boutique and one of the world-renowned law firm on. So I applied to them. I got a rejection. And I sent it by email. I got a rejection. I sent an email back. I got a rejection. I sent a courier to them, and then they called me for an interview. I did not hear for them for a couple of weeks because these decisions take some time, and I know it, as somebody who's being interviewed, you are anxious. And I kept calling them. Have you taken a decision? Have you taken a decision? And one day, so every time because obviously law firm partners are busy. So the reception person at the reception say he's busy, he's traveling. And once I said, I'm not cutting the call till the time you connect me. And she connected me to the law firm, I think out of sympathy. And the first thing I told the partner is, I've been chasing you for so long. And he started laughing. He said, I'm not that good looking that a young girl will chase me. Um, and um, and he started laughing. And it's only my sheer persistence that they decided to take me in the law firm. So let me put a disclaimer. The comment or the response was in very light humor. It had nothing to do with any other tones, because I know these days everyone takes a light humor also very seriously. That was never the intention of the firm partner there. That was not taken by me. So let me put it as a disclaimer here. But what I was trying to highlight is the persistence. I could have been easily rejected by the law firm, and but it's your grit that keeps you going. So there are struggles with every lawyer, no matter whether you're a litigation lawyer, whether you're a law firm lawyer, corporate M&A, in-house counsel, irrespective of your position. Even I'm sure Harish Salve, respected Harish Salve, will have his own challenges to share with the law students. And he's just one of the names that pop in my head. So because I personally worked with him. So don't be disheartened. It's all right. Rejection teaches you. Go ahead. That's what I keep telling. So these are challenges. And of course, once you shift from one law firm to another, whether you're making the right decision, whether you're making the wrong decision, for your because you know yourself and your journey the best. So that's another thing that I do.
Ma'am, it's wonderful. So, ma'am, how do you think that law students can optimally utilize digital and internet interface for development in this legal fraternity?
So, I genuinely believe networking is net worth today. So, and we are very lucky at being in this digital stage where you can, connect to somebody over LinkedIn, ask them for that time. Um, so keep your platforms, write articles. That's another thing. Sorry, I'm diverging a bit. Write articles. There are too many interfaces today where you can publish, where you can voice your opinion. Do that. Then connect with the lawyers, and not only for opportunities, but also to gain knowledge. It is not okay. I need a job in a law firm. Let me connect to this partner. While it's good, but that shouldn't be the only purpose. Sometimes the tips and the techniques they teach you are much more important than getting that job. Sometimes that personal interface gives you a foot through the door. So use those platforms. LinkedIn's are there, and there are so many websites these days. Make yourself stand out, and explore yourself beyond just academics. It can be through moods, it can be articles, and not necessarily on legal articles only. If you have interest in policy work, if you have interest in human rights, you can marry the law and this subject and write something, whatever you're comfortable. Because what people appreciate, at least that's what I look into young talent, is their ability to think out of the box, their ability to take that conversation forward. So these platforms should be the tool to enhance your skills.
Ma'am, what life lessons would you draw from your experience of your professional life?
Um, uh, what I so I have a plethora of these lessons, and I've shared quite a few already in my conversation. Uh, be brave. Uh, have a lot of integrity. And integrity doesn't mean only that about your fees. Integrity is also being loyal to your firm, working that inch harder. being accountable for your work. That's also for me integrity. Um, have insane amount of courage. This is what will take you places. Um, have a voice, have an opinion, even if it's a wrong one, even if nobody stands by you, it's all right. And yeah, work hard. I think there is no replacement of working hard. You can never be over prepared. Till date, when I have my conversations, I have conferences in which I am the speaker, I do my homework, I take all the questions seriously. Even if it's a con call, I do my homework before I go. So and you learn each day. I'm sure I have learned a lot from you, Tusha, today. And we're all going to learn from each other. Keep doing that. You're never perfect. Don't even aim to be perfect. Like your those inches of here and there. Appreciate that and take it forward. So those, I don't know, those are life lessons, but at least those are the themes that I work with, and that helps me.
Right, ma'am. So, ma'am, how can an organization like Law Community prove beneficial to the legal community according to you?
So law community can, I think what I would love in such community is giving everyone opportunity. That's something which is very important. Sometimes I see when there's an internship opportunity only for fourth or fifth year. So that's something that I mean, for me, I don't appreciate that, because 1 year law firm, 1 year law student also needs that space to work. So try not to differentiate between fifth year, fourth year, in-house counsel, external counsel. I will only talk to directors, but I will not talk to an associate. Give everyone an opportunity, hear them out, so, and connect with people. If you think I'm in need of an intern, uh, then connect me with the right candidates. If a candidate needs an intern, it's a company, connect me to them. So it's a two-way traffic. So I think that's something that would be really appreciated by different stakeholders in the legal fraternity.
Thank you so much, ma'am. This was an enlightening interview. Thank you so much for your time. Uh,
It's my pleasure.
and we really are, the law community is grateful for your entire involvement in this interview. Thank you.
It's entirely my pleasure, and all the best for your future.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thanks.
Stay safe, ma'am. Stay safe.
You too. You too. Take care.